Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another mech, but unlike other mechs, this is more like a utility suit for your engineer to get into, then go off and grind stuff up, weld stuff up, or even just try and recover anything that's in very poor condition. This is the Construction, Recovery or Demolition Mech, also known as the C.R.D Mech, which is this lovely thing that I'm currently driving. So this features two Gatling guns for a little bit of defense. We've got a welder, we've got a grinder, and we've got a very snazzy design that looks very much like a mech. But as stated on the Steam Workshop page, the actual mech system doesn't work too well with this design, so it's completely static. It's just there for, well, decorative features. So pressing F10 and find this in the spawn menu, the C.R.D Mech is 494 small blocks, using the Warfare 2 decorative block, automatons, Sparks of the Future, Heavy Industry, and Wasteland DLC packs. Got a nice lot of information about it, we can see all the stuff it can do, and we'll give it a thumbs up. Move around towards the very front, have a quick look around the outside, then we'll go through the controls, test it around on this little wreckage that I found that spawned naturally in the world, and we'll see how it handles. So at the very front, what I'm currently using to drive this thing around is an industrial cockpit with some black neon tubes just covering up the top section. Right above there is our two Gatling guns for a bit of defense, and to the left and right of that, just below them, we can see some spotlights to light up the darkness. Just below our cockpit, we can see a gyroscope to help move this thing around, with the start of many ion thrusters that appear on this ship. Then on the left and right hand side, in the middle, is our welder and grinder, which is the main purpose of this ship. Then moving slightly down to here, we see some fantastic use of, once again, our black neon tubes. You then see our hazard skin in a lovely orange colouring. You then see some sound blocks for decoration, but I suppose you could use it to blast music while you're working if you really wanted to. And down at the very bottom, we can see the edges of our magnetic plates. We're going to move all the way up, come around onto the side. So this is the side with our welder. So there's a spotlight with, once again, some hazard skin, but this time in a grey colouring, just to break up all that orange that goes around the ship. Onto the side, even more great use of our sound blocks. There's some more ion thrusters. There's an access panel on our rib that sort of looks like a jetpack for this mech. Come around towards the very back of this thing, putting my light on once again. There's our connector to dock this thing up. There's a red light. We see some fantastic use of our warning signs that says storing area, and that's one on both sides. There's a heat vent for lovely blue glow. Right below here, we can see our hydrogen tanks, once again with our black neon tubes just covering it all up. Then down to the bottom here, we see even more ion thrusters, and then some fantastic use of our armoured panels, just adding a bit more decoration in the form of small fins. If you were to move down and come underneath this thing, so there is the bottom of our hydrogen engine. I believe I called it a hydrogen tank earlier, so do excuse that. Warfare battery right in the middle. On the bottom section there's our magnetic plate. There's some nice use of our little cylindrical columns in a yellow colouring. And there we are, the very front. Just spinning all the way around, coming all the way up and looking down this thing. So there's our guns, there's the top of our cockpits, there's a conveyor cap sitting on top of our medium cargo containers, and there's two yellow lights, inset lights, that do blink, but I turn them off because they are very distracting and not very pleasant to stare at for long periods of time. And there we go. That's a brief look around the outside of the C.R.D Mech, and looks bloody fantastic with how it's all been set up. For something that doesn't actually have moving arms or moving legs, it looks absolutely incredible compared to other welding and grinding ships. It adds a little bit more flavour, especially if you have a world that's heavily on mech designs. But for now, what I'm going to do is grab hold of my character, first person view. This is what we can see all around, so we can get a good view of our arms. Up there's our power and hydrogen, our speed, then gravity. Looking all the way down, there's a little aiming thingamabob. Bring up the HUD, come over to tab number 1, hiding the signals, we don't need to see any of that. And these are controls we get. So number 1's going to be for our grinder on the side there, so we now take over that and mouse click it to use. And then the same for our welder on the opposite side. Number 3 is for a magnetic plate below the ship to clamp down onto your mothership or onto a base to make sure it doesn't wander off by itself. Number 4 is then for your connector at the back to lock and unlock it. Number 5 is for the lights at the front, so if we come around like so, press number 5. There you go, that's all your spotlights lighting up, just in case it's very dark where you're working. Number 6 for our camera at the very back of this thing to help reverse this thing up and dock that connector up. And then number 7 and number 8 is going to be 4 cameras that sit above your tools. So number 7 sits above the grinder. So we have to come over to this, we now easily grind stuff up, that's the wrong one, there we go. We come across to this one, this is now the welder, and now we can see clearly what we're welding up. Coming out of that and pressing number 9, that's going to be your Gatling guns on top, some manual firepower, very nice for handling small drones. Then onto tab 2, we've got lone control for our rear red lights, and we'll toggle them on and off. With that all done out of the way, how does it handle before we go and actually grind stuff up? Moving forwards, this is what we get, and as expected from having so few ion thrusters, we are incredibly slow. Moving left and moving right is about the same as moving forwards. Moving down feels a little bit slower, then moving up feels about the same as moving down. As for gyroscope controls, wiggling this around. Got plenty of control over there, a nice bit of meat on the here so it's not too uncontrollable, but still very lightweight and should do very well once it's all filled up with resources, or whatever you collected. But now what I've got to do is find out where that wreckage went. So with the free camera, I'm somewhere in this direction, just spawning this back over here, using the appropriate camera into this one. I believe that is the right one, that is the grinder cam. Now I need to come all the way up to it, and very carefully try to use it. It's a bit odd, the controls are inverted, so moving left moves it right, and so on and so forth. I've got to be very careful as I approach this thing. Might need to come out of that camera and actually just move up to it naturally. And we now just come up to this and start grinding it away. Third person view, that's all it looks like. And I do absolutely love the design of this ship. But yes, now I can come over to the welder, come up to this block right here. Now we've got some steel plates inside me. I can start to weld this up and get it on its way. Coming into the camera, there we go. And we just come out of that and into this. And that's about it for all it does. It's just a novel way of grinding up large ships in space, or you just want to drive something fancy while you're doing your work. As for that, it's not too much else to talk about, it's just a fantastically designed ship that's got a nice little utility on there. You can, if you really want to, remove the welder, remove the grinder, and attach on drills instead. If you do want to have a surface miner, it's perfectly capable of doing that. Or you can remove them and attach some bigger guns on there if you want to blast your enemies with nice little firepower. Put on a small turret if you wanted to, have automated firepower, and you should be well alright in combat. But as for that, now what we're going to do is charge along towards this poor little wreckage, slam straight into it, hopefully at a respectable speed, and that'll be that for this video. But I have a feeling like last time, we're not going to get up to a very high speed, so hopefully this will be okay. Hiding the HUD, here we go, any second now. And there we go. And like last time, it would appear that the tool absorbed most of the damage, and we are basically all in one piece. So yes, like I said, we can attach something onto here if we want to. Come in here and find a drill very quickly before I end the video. And we now just go and slap it on there, and away we go with that. That is that for the C.R.D Mech. It's a lovely mech to use in your world. There'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around it yourself. Highly recommend you do. Also be a link to the Skybox I'm currently using. I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.